I said, empty your mind.
Is it safe to be training in today's current environment, and would you be wearing a mask? That is the question of the day. Welcome to another episode of Ask Sifu. Now, before I get started, I just want to state this is not medical advice. You really should be addressing this with your healthcare provider and find out what they're saying and do what's best for you. Everybody's different. Everybody has different health issues, and you might be in the peak health, best shape of your life, but maybe you live with somebody with some comorbidities. Therefore, you need to be careful not to expose yourself and then go home and possibly put somebody, one of your loved ones, a family member, at risk. So there's a lot of factors that come into play. Now, just the other day, I took a road trip around to some schools, and I did notice that the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school in my area was open. I saw a ton of people in there just rolling around all over each other. Were they wearing masks? Of course not. Can't wear a mask while you're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Just isn't going to work. Gyms are now starting to open. Schools are starting to open. They're in certain phases in this area. And you see what's happening in California. California is going back into lockdown. Gyms closed, barbershops closed. They're going back into their lockdown phase. Florida, you see, is spiking. Texas is spiking. So it really depends on where you live. It depends on your particular health conditions and what you're willing to limit yourself to. Now, once again, at the beginning of this, I was under the understanding that we're trying to flatten the curve and make sure that the ICU wasn't being overrun. It seems like at some point we all are going to get this thing, and hopefully we're at a place where your body can handle it and our medical system knows how to better treat it. At the beginning, they thought ventilators were the key. Now they're finding out ventilators might not be the key, and they're more dangerous, and there's certain medications that are more effective and being used, and there's some experimental, medications that are being used, but they have a better handle on it, and I think as time goes on, that we'll get a better handle on it. So personally, I rather wait a little bit until they have a better grasp on things before I catch this if I can. So I'm still being safe. I wear a mask in public when I go out. I'm still limiting my contact, keeping social distancing, following these rules and regulations, and taking things step by step. I do realize at some point I will probably get this. Hopefully I'll be in a state to where, I won't, wind up with a bad case of it and be one of the lucky ones. All I can do is try to take some vitamins and build up my immune system. I'm trying to drop some pounds and get in better shape, but I'm having a hard time, I'll be honest with you, just constantly being stuck at home, fixing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, not being able to hit the gym, not having the equipment I need. I am ordering up some more home equipment. I am working out. I am getting walks. I'm trying to do everything possible. But I am also hoping to have some students come over shortly. I'm going to do things more on a private lesson. I'll be working with students that have been following the same guidelines I have. We probably will try to wear a mask at the beginning, see how that works out while we're doing some chi sao. Certainly can't spar with a mask. Now, there's something called a pulse ox, and it's basically a little device you put on your finger, and it lets you know about your oxygen level. And I've seen some studies where people have put those on, and it reads about 98, 99, which is normal. They put on a mask, they get on a treadmill, and they see that drop all the way down to 79, 80, which is a level you don't want to be at. So therefore, doing some certain cardio and conditioning with these masks on might not be the healthiest thing to do. But at the same point, I think you could probably, and once again, this isn't medical advice, depends where you live, depends who you're working with. But if you have somebody around you that you've been close with, a family member, certainly you can do some training with them. If you trust, like I have neighbors that I know have not been anywhere like us, we could get together and probably do some training as well. And, can't hurt to be wearing a mask while you're doing certain things. Certain things you can't, like I know with the, like grappling, how in the world would you do grappling with a mask? It just would come right off. Once you start sweating, it's summertime, you start sweating, the mask gets all moist on the inside, it loses the efficacy of the mask, is going to just be diminished. So there's a lot of factors that come into place. But I have noticed a lot of schools are opening now. and I'm seeing different levels of activity starting to engage. Our gyms are being open. You do have to wear a mask within the gym. But as we see in California, as I mentioned, things are closing down. So once again, I would check with your doctor, see how they feel. If you know yourself best, if you're in peak health and you're not around anybody at risk, then maybe you could be a little bit more lenient. But for those that live with their grandparents or somebody with comorbidities, somebody that's morbidly obese, has asthma, breathing issues, you have to think and be a little bit more careful and more cautious. Let me know your feedback down below. Let me know, are schools opening up around you? We've had this discussion a few times. Are you training? What are you planning on doing? Like I said, I was planning on opening up a new school in the area in January, and I saw I really had to hold off. And I'm still going to hold off probably for the rest of the year and wait till next year before I open up the school. But I definitely want to get some private lessons going. I just have to kind of be careful, as some of my family have some issues. I have some issues. So I do need to take things with a lot more caution. Once again, the numbers that we see in the media, who knows if we can trust them? Who knows how they're being skewed? And I'm not looking to get into conspiracy theories or anything. I think it's best to err on the side of caution. But you're hearing about a lot of weird things happening. And, they're saying if you fell off a cliff and you died from falling off a cliff, but you had COVID, then that's a COVID death. I don't know if that's really an accurate way to track the mortality rate of this. But anyhow, that's not for me to say. So once again, I can only give my 2 cents on what I'm going to do. I'm certainly not one that's comfortable telling you what you should be doing. I really think you should speak to your doctor, figure out what's best for you, and go from there. I wish you and yours well. I look forward to seeing everybody in future videos to come. Please let me know what you'd like to see on this channel. If you want more Ask Sifu questions, please leave comments. I'll be happy to get to them. If you want me to get more into the Chum Cube, Bill G, Wooden Dummy, self-defense, pox out drills, combat drills, more philosophy, there's so many elements of this art we can keep going and digging into. I'm happy to do whatever you guys would like to do. I started posting the Chum Q. I see I got 8 views on that Chum Q video. Clearly, it's not a trending topic. I'm waiting for YouTube to send me my, I don't know. I know they send people those diamond plaque awards. Maybe they'll send me a rusty plaque award. Who knows? But I'm not really doing this to get rich and famous. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. And I know a few of you students out there are really enjoying the content as well. And that makes me happy. So thank you for your time. Please let me hear from you in the comments down below. And I'll see everybody soon. Have a great day.